Everyone talks about pregnancy and everyone talks about the nausea, the tiredness, the cravings, the baby bump. People talk about every single thing that has to do with pregnancy and pregnancy symptoms. But why don't we talk about postpartum and postpartum symptoms? Well, that's good because I'm here to talk about it today. Trust me, you are not ready for what I'm about to tell you.
This is for Us Mums, a space for you to feel heard, seen, and understood. And if you're listening, you're absolutely welcome.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of For Us Mums. I'm so happy you're here. You are absolutely brightening my day and I hope that you are having a great day today. I hope this episode is able to make you laugh and feel a whole lot better after the next 20 minutes or however minutes we're going to be talking for. Let's just get into it. The first thing I experienced postpartum that I was absolutely not ready for and I could not have been prepared for, the absolute sweating and overheating. I feel like that is something that should be written in every pregnancy book. It should be said in every pregnancy anything. The sweating is aggressive, borderline disrespectful, unprovoked kind of sweating. You wake up drenched, you sweat doing nothing, absolutely nothing. You're not doing anything, you're just there existing and sweating. It's like all your sweat glands are working overtime, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. Especially for someone who didn't used to sweat as much, you will sweat like an absolute donkey. Let me tell you. So there was this one day, right? I had just finished breastfeeding Zimozo. I think he was like maybe a few weeks old as at the time, and I was like, babe, is it me? Is the room hot? Can you feel the heat in the room? And he's like, yes. Not really, actually. No, it's not hot. Bro, I was sweating. I had to go and sit down at the tail end of our bed, right opposite the AC, and I was still hot. It was like some type of internal heat. I started Googling. I thought that there was something wrong with me. I'm like, why am I sweating 2-3 weeks after giving birth to my son, after breastfeeding him as well? Does this have anything to do with milk production? Bro, I was searching for every and anything because I was confused. I'm like, surely this isn't normal. Only for me to check and see that it is absolutely normal. Yeah, it's just part of it. Your hormones are crashing and recalibrating. They are crashing and recalibrating. Your body is still trying to regulate the craziness that just happened to you. And here's the thing, yeah, it might not go away completely after postpartum. Like I sweat on my head now, like on my scalp, which is what? But then it's not obviously not even close to as intense as it was earlier on when I had my baby. But then it didn't completely go away. I still sweat now more than I used to sweat before I had a child, which is crazy. And then from speaking to other friends, I found out that yeah, this is quite common. Like just that overheating, that feeling like what the hell, like just being hot. Now, why isn't this like general information? Why isn't this common knowledge? Why isn't this taught in biology classes? I don't understand. Why? What's the reason? Anyway, moving on to the next thing, which is such a shocker. The way you smell changes postpartum. Yes. Yes, I did not know that such a thing as the postpartum stink existed. Let me tell you. So I had a C-section, right? So for the first few days, needed help to shower, get ready, all of that stuff. I spoke about it in my video about things I did not expect as a young mom. When I tell you that the first time I actually smelled myself, I was like, surely this isn't me. I've never smelled this in my life, in my entire life. And it wasn't coming from down there. No, it was like body smell. I don't know how to explain it, but like I just did not smell right. And then your nose is still very sensitive, so it might not have been that crazy, but it was that crazy to me. I'm like, what is going on here? What in the yama yama is going on here? Honestly, I was just like, what? So then I asked the doctor and he was like, oh yeah, it is very, very common for you to have some type of a stink after giving birth, especially for like the first week, but that it does go away. That sometimes some moms don't even notice that they have it. Like it just comes and it goes. It's not a stink. Let me say it like that. It's like a funny smell. It's like a smell that is like not quite pleasant. But luckily for me, like I just will use more deodorant than I used to. That was it. And I used roll-on instead of the spray deodorant. And I couldn't smell myself again after like 2-3 days. So yeah, but then that was a shocker. What do you mean by I stink? The next postpartum symptom I did not expect after giving birth was there is this line right above my C-section, right? There is this pocket. Let me not call it a line. Yes, it's a pocket of skin, or like a pocket, like it's like a little hanging flab. I just didn't expect to have that. I did not expect to have that. I'm like, what is this? People talk about bouncing back after delivery and all that, but like one thing I never heard anybody talk about, not even once, not even through all my TikTok videos that I watched, was that when you have a C-section, there is a portion of your skin or your tummy that tends to like hang over that C-section scar. I did not expect that. I thought that like I had a healing problem, like while my C-section was healing, maybe my stomach wasn't healing right or whatever. But no, yeah, no, it's just part of it. But the good thing is you can go to the gym, you can get that cosmetically removed, you can live with it, whatever it is. Yeah, it's not such that people can see it through your clothes or whatever. It's just you, the owner of the body, that knows that, oh yeah, that exists. But it's something that I've learned to live with. As long as my husband is fine with it and I'm comfortable with it, I don't really think that I'll be getting like any cosmetic surgery. I mean, never say never. I'm not against it, but like I don't think that I'll be getting that for my tummy, like for that. I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, that was a shocker. Another shocker is that like the numbness when you have a C-section, like that whole area is numb. I'm talking numb that like if you like do this or if you pinch yourself there, you can't really feel it. I didn't expect that. I did not know that. I just thought that like after you heal, it just goes back to normal. I don't know what I thought a post-op healing session would be like, because that was my first surgery ever in my life. But I wasn't expecting that. That was a lot. That was quite a bit to deal with. And then I was numb for like almost a year around that section. I just couldn't really feel anything. But then now I'm back to feeling everything, man. I can't like if you pinch me there, I feel it. So that was a shocker. Another big shocker is that pregnancy brain doesn't completely go away. Yes, they say, oh yeah, it's the mom brain. It will go away after a while. You start to remember things properly again. Your brain will go back to being sharp. It's a lie. I don't. I still would walk into a room and forget why I'm there. In fact, on my way upstairs, I've already forgotten why am I going up the stairs again? The other day I was like, oh babe, when we get to the what's that? The balcony. Balcony. I meant to say roundabout. Like, what do you mean? Do you understand? Like, it's just like, wait, what? So yeah, the mom brain thing, yes, it gets better, like in the sense that like after you have your child, months later you notice that, oh yeah, my brain is a bit sharper now. But I don't feel I don't feel like it goes back to how it was before. What I do is I religiously keep a to-do list. In fact, sometimes broken down by day. Like January 1st, this is what we're doing. January 2nd, this is what I'm doing. Then whenever I need to remember something, I write it under the date so that I remember. Do you understand? I'm supposed to hoping that at some point I will still remember this same thing that I thought that I would remember. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, your brain doesn't always, for everyone, completely return to how it was before you had a child, which is insane. Then the next thing I didn't expect is the intensity of postpartum depression. It took me by surprise. So like I said, I'm the kind of person who prides myself in being mentally strong. I would weather any storm. I would go through anything. I know that I'm a mentally strong person. When I tell you, when I was hit with this postpartum depression, first of all, I was in denial. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not depressed. I can't be depressed. I'm just going through stuff right now. I'm not depressed, bro. There was this one day I felt like a few notes were actually loose in my brain, which is story for another day. Honestly, I can't fit that into this video, but I will tell that story one day. And that was the day I just knew that, yes, something is very, 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 very wrong here. And I don't have the strength to get through it by myself. That was one thing I came to the realization that, okay, yeah, no, I need to get ahead of it so that I don't start messing things up more in terms of like my relationship with Chris, how I was feeling internally, just my relationship with my friends, just basically the kind of woman that I was becoming based on how I was feeling, the depression I was feeling. So then I had to get ahead of it. I had to speak to other people about it. I had to turn it over to God. That was the best decision that I made. I'm like, God, like I've come to the end of myself. I can't, I have nothing to give again. I have nothing. I am spent. I can't help myself. And if you don't help me, I will crash and I will burn. And I know it. So please help me. Like I had to go to God and really be honest and just tell him, like, I know you see me and I know that you know what I'm going through. And I know that you just maybe you're waiting for me to invite you to the situation or waiting for me to realize that I'm at the end of myself and I am at the end of myself. Please help me. And he did. Thank God. He did. He did. Times when I'll feel myself like crashing out, I'll be like, God, please, I need peace. I need peace in this situation. I remember this one specific day, Chris had to be out. I think maybe he was on site. I don't remember. Or maybe he even traveled. I don't know. But Zimzo was doing the absolute most. I'm talking, he was just being cranky. He was super upset, bro. I just sat on the couch and I started crying. Like I was just crying out and I was like, God, please help me. I can't. God, please help me. And then all of a sudden, Zimjo just lay down. I was just playing by himself. Like he just calmed down so much that it was me that went to meet him, and I was like, Zimi, baby, do you want to play? Basically, God just helped me in that situation. The peace that I couldn't give him, or the calmness that I couldn't introduce to that situation based on how I was feeling, he really truly helped me. This literally happened in like I'll say like a minute to 2 minutes. The calmness, the peace. I felt peace. Zimzo was calm and he was at peace too. Honestly, inviting God into your situation, whenever you're feeling however you're feeling, will always be a good idea. I promise you. He just wants you to talk to him about things that you're going through. And I just realized that God, he's such a loving father. He knows what to do to make us feel great. Like, especially as moms, like I feel like when you become a mom, you're like a little closer. You're like a little closer to the ear of God, even though like his ear is always here every time, when you want to speak to him. I feel like he has a soft spot for mommies. I wouldn't know, but I just feel like that. Or maybe I just say that to make myself feel better. Who cares? But yeah, that's how I feel. If you're a mom and going through postpartum depression right now, I would tell you for sure that it gets better. But then I also want you to be able to lean on God and just be like, God help me. It doesn't even have to be like okay, let me kneel down beside my bed and have a prayer kind of thing. Like in the middle of how you're feeling, whenever you're feeling it, just be like, God, I've come to the end of myself. I can't do anything to help myself again. So I need you to step in and help me. I'm telling you, you can pray about anything. Like, oh, the baby is crying too much. Please step in and help me. Oh, God, I feel restless in my spirits. Please step in and help me. Oh, God, I really want to eat rice and banga soup today. I don't know where it will come from. Please step in and help me. Tell one of my friends that I want to eat something. Let somebody ask me what I'm craving. Like God just has a way of always answering us as long as it's in our best interest, which is absolutely amazing. And I love it. Anyway, the next postpartum symptom that I did not really expect and I did not truly understand was the identity shock. So throughout my pregnancy, I was extra pampered. I was the center of everybody's attention. I'm talking when you get to the bank, they're like, allow her, mommy twins, allow her comes to the front. Yeah, Beji. Oh, even in the markets, like wherever I went to, it was just kind of like everyone had a different level of reverence or like respect or like I don't know what to call it. Being highly pampered, it was great. And then the baby comes. After the baby comes, all of the attention, including yours, goes to the baby, right? And then it's easy for you to get very, very lonely postpartum. And that in itself is such a shocker. It's like, number one, you go from being this pregnant woman that is in this phase of life where you're like heavily pampered and everything, to juggling all these many emotions, to feeling like no one else really truly understands what it is that you're going through. It can feel like you disappear for a while. It can feel like you as a person is what I'm talking about. You as an individual just ceases to exist. And it is a crazy phase. It's a crazy thing. It's not an easy one. And it's one that people don't like to talk about a lot. And I don't know why. It's normal that after the baby comes, you feel a sense of loss of self. You feel loneliness. You feel like you've disappeared. Yes, that is just how best to explain. Like you've completely disappeared and you cease to exist as you were. Because you know what? You truly do cease to exist as you were. That version of yourself that you were before is completely gone. And the sooner that you are able to come to terms with that, the easier this journey will be. I know that might not be what you want to hear, but that is the best way to navigate this period of your life. And again, like I always say, it's not going to last forever. It would not last forever. Look at me. I had postpartum depression. I added weight, all the things. I didn't think I'll be here today, like doing this, but here I am. You just have to kind of know that everything will come to an end. Okay. So if you are a young mom who just had a baby, who is still in the postpartum phase, and you're going through some of these things, I promise you, it does not last forever. It gets better. You get a hang of everything and you get a hang of yourself. So if you're listening and you just kind of needed a little bit of reassurance, please take this as your reassurance and know that it will end. You're not going to feel like this forever. This is just a phase like everything else. This is the phase like when you need to write your SATs or you need to write WAEC and you were so stressed about it and all that was on your mind was, I need to pass this WAEC. This is just like that. Right now, you don't care about WAEC, do you? No. So this is just like that. It will come, it will go. So anyway, if you're listening, what stage of postpartum are you in? And also, what symptom caught you off guard? Let me know in the comments as well. Until next time, this is For Us Moms. I will see you next week, Tuesday. But until then, be gentle with yourself.